of social media in this topic. So let's go to the third question. Uh, how do you think influencers, social media figures, specialists, parents, or society in general should approach and discuss on cosmetic surgery to encourage health? Mariana?
As I have mentioned, I consider that cosmetic surgery is something that will help in the development of mental health. So most of those people that do have body dysmorphia already know that they have developed it by their contact with social media. So I consider that cosmetic surgery it has to be or has to come from a space of self-improvement, not because others tell you that you have to change something of yourself. I think that the influencers have this responsibility because they have this influence on all the people that follow them, most young girls more. So they have to talk about the implications that come from this kind of surgery because it's a health matter. They have to talk about why they decide to do this and how they felt when they went to the surgery. If they only talk about how the body changed, maybe people would like to go to the same because they don't know the implications that come from it. So I think that we have to decrease this stigma around it so people can have the ability to talk more about their experience. Well, they don't have to talk about it as if it was something good only, but all the implications that it has.
So influencers, social media, specialists, and society should promote a healthier approach to these problems by focusing on transparency, education, mental well-being, self-love, and all these topics that we've been talking about. A research on Body Image 2020 shows that realistic portrayals of beauty and honest discussions about risk and limitations of surgery help reduce unrealistic expectations. So we all know that these people make the surgeries, but we don't know the background of it. We don't know what they suffered in the recovery process. So maybe this transparency may be better for the people, like, oh yes, I wanted that surgery, but this person suffered from this, so maybe I will stay with my own body because I love myself. Also, influencers, as we talked about, should avoid glorifying surgeries, instead encourage self-acceptance, and specialists like us should ensure patients to understand their physical and mental well-being. Also, on the part of society, we should discuss more about these topics, these problems, and the whole thing about the cosmetic surgery, because it's not whatever, you know, it's our body, it's our home, and we live in it every day. So we should encourage women, because we know this problem is more about women, and encourage them to love themselves, to know that their body is their temple and they should protect it, and to make these informed decisions about their surgeries.
Yes. Well, on my perspective and opinion, I believe that we shouldn't encase this cosmetic surgery as something good or something bad. Instead, we need to focus on why is the reason they're taking this decision. When they are trying to fix an insecurity in their body, when the real insecurity comes from their own mind. So you will never try to fix this when the problem is on your mental health. So is it good, is it bad taking the plastic surgery? We will never know. As a study has said from the Boston University Medical Campus, there can be as good results as a boost of self-confidence and a better self-esteem and a large amplitude of self-love. But also on the other side, you can have a lot of more insecurities and look at other flaws that you can have and start changing it and never stopping. So I think that the first thing that we need to focus everyone is on the reason on why you're doing it. And instead of trying to build this confidence by buying something for your body. You need to build this confidence by building it from the inside. I believe that also a very, very important part of this that form the plastic surgeons is the ethical and all the amplitude that they need to give to the patient. And thank you to the American Society of Plastic Surgeons. Now it's a need to try to communicate these as consequences and procedures that you are going to pass through on this plastic surgery and cosmetic surgery, so the people are a little bit more informed. And as an influencer, I believe that it is really important to also be really ethical and really transparent about all of this, as Paulina has said, because even if you go to your doctor, the first thing that you see is social media. So it is as important as your own doctor or specialist.
Fine.
Well, as Paola said, I think that transparency is one of the most important parts of an influencer. That's why it's not a coincidence that the studies found that honesty was the top trait by 67% that brands could see from influencers. So influencers, as their name says, influence people to do something or thinking, and the influencer needs to take that responsibility in front of the camera and talk about the benefits, the limitations that that process can have. So if we start to normalize these things, I think that we could have a better society and people can live better.
Well, to close this panel, I want to thank every of our panelists for sharing your expertise and your perspectives on this topic. And to every one of you who shared this panel with us, I also want to thank you for your engagement. And